Hi guys, I'm Jessica Doe, creator of the Palmpress Coffee Press, and this is the first ever tasting video for our featured coffees of the month. I happen to have a special guest in town in Miami from New York. James.
Hey, Jess.
I'm excited you're here.
I'm excited to be on the show, finally.
I know, this is his bucket list. He's also known as Crispy Shorts on Instagram and YouTube. You can look all that up later. Maybe we can like ping a thing. But you're a coffee guy.
I'm a big coffee guy.
What's
big coffee drinker.
Your day-to-day?
So like I usually go to Starbucks. I'm embarrassed to admit I usually go to Starbucks.
That's fine.
But I haven't used the Palmpress.
Nice.
You gave one to me for free.
I heard you drink like 2 to 20 coffees a day.
I do. I usually like 5 a day, honestly.
Okay.
It's bad. I spend so much money.
You know, the heart wants what it wants.
Yeah, so what are we doing today?
Okay. We are going to taste 2 coffees that I've worked with a roaster locally. They're amazing people, and I'm excited for everyone to try it. And the story behind it too is I wanted to explore a theme in coffee that would be fun for us to kind of taste and learn about. So we're looking at 2 important producing regions, South America and Africa.
This one's from Africa?
This one's from Africa.
Dang.
This one is from South America.
Okay.
And the South American is farmed in Colombia. They're kind of like a closer coffee neighbor to us.
Classic.
And the Africa is farmed in Ethiopia, and that's actually the birthplace of coffee. I like to start by smelling the coffee grounds first, just to see if I can even notice a difference from that.
Before you make it?
Before I taste it.
To know which one you're going to want to have?
It's sort of like to see if it can give me a hint as to what the coffee tastes like. Do you know you can actually like just eat a coffee?
A coffee bean?
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Okay.
Many times.
Just like chips.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is the Ethiopia. The smell has a lot to do with how you perceive taste.
This one's like strong. That one's really good. Tastes like normal coffee beans, but this is it's got like a weird,
like a
interesting scent.
darker maybe.
Yeah.
So I would agree with you. I think the Colombia reminds me of the smell when food's being grilled, like that char. This one smells lighter, creamier, fruitier. Yeah. So now we're gonna take a sip, and I know you like to take your coffee with milk, but just for tasting purposes, we'll try it without that for a bit. And we've let the coffee cool down for a little bit so that the flavors can be more discerned by you.
Is that like a thing?
It's a thing, because if it's piping hot, like you're just gonna taste heat.
Right on top of your tongue.
All right, so we'll take a sip. You can have this one, and then we'll switch.
Did you brush your teeth?
Sorry.
It's a good year.
When I sip, I like to, it's sort of like when you're eating an oyster, give it a couple chews, like fake chews, you know what I'm talking about?
Like swoosh it around your mouth?
Yeah, because it's too hard to taste when you're like sipping it super quick. So if you can like hold it in a little bit, then you can discern a little bit more.
Wait, we didn't talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about
That was Africa, right?
Yep, that's the Africa.
You tasted this. Okay, James is ready. What, I don't know, any initial thoughts? I can give you my take.
Yeah, give me your take.
All right, I think that the Colombia reminds me of cacao, and as it cools down, I get like a dark chocolate bar with almonds because there is nuttiness to this. And I think this is a crowd pleaser coffee. It's gonna be a great one for breakfast because it's super savory and comforting. The Ethiopia is brighter. Really try to spot citrus in this coffee. It's a really nice note that you get in washed Ethiopians. And I also get a nice creaminess in this one. So if I'm stringing together a few things I'm tasting, you could say it tastes like a tea latte, creamsicle, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like a little heavier, I feel like. I don't know how to describe heavy, but it's just like thicker.
Okay,
but
like
bright,
good
bright was a good
mouthfeel?
word. Yeah.
Mouthfeel. And then brighter makes sense. I know earlier you were smelling the beans and you told me that this kind of smelled darker to you, which makes sense. So darker, brighter. Yeah. What do you think of these?
So I definitely like not the Ethiopia as much as I like the, what's this one?
Colombia.
Colombia, yeah, that one's better. That Colombian coffee is a little bit better. That's just too thick for me, or like too strong.
Sure. Give it another sip. No pressure.
Can I taste this one again?
Yeah.
Did I switch them up already? I like that one better.
Okay, cool. So
Is that not what I said originally?
No, it is. this is a winner for James. It's a Colombian, and the interesting thing to note is Colombia is a closer coffee neighbor to us. So as Americans, we're probably more so used to coffee tasting like what the South American would taste like, right?
Yeah.
And Africa is, I mentioned before, it's the birthplace of coffee. There's so many varieties of coffee in Africa alone that you get these diverse range of flavors, some really funky notes. And so it might taste sort of like different, unique to you, which is really fun to compare and explore coffees that you might not normally try on a regular basis. So we're interested to see what you think of these two coffees. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you need to order coffee, if you want to make sure you receive our new coffee announcements, you can visit our website. And there's so much more to learn, so keep tasting with us, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you so much for the invite, by the way. This is like a crazy dream come true.
For sure. I mean, you get coffee, they get coffee.
Everybody wins.
Everyone gets coffee.
Everybody wins.